Welcome back. Jasna Burza is joining me now for our Sunday check-in, and this is a subject, it wouldn't have been such a subject a few years ago, but I feel like this is so big right now. So many people work from home now, but we hear it's taking a mental toll on some people. So Jasna, kind of give us some perspective on this relationship.
Big time. So the concern is that we're isolated and there's not a clear guidance, and we don't have very clear boundaries between work and personal life. And the research is now very, very clear. Mental health is being affected. People are starting to drink in exorbitant amounts, and there's also just this conflation of all areas of our lives that leaves us all over the place and just really, really unhappy. But there's certain things that we can do to really make that better.
And physically in the space, you say you need to differentiate your working space from your home space.
It has never been more important to have a designated space at home for so many of us who are working from home. It's not only that you're kind of designating space, you know, then you walk in, it's your psyche knows it's time for work, but then it really separates you from all of the other things in your household and all the other items that you want to do. You know that is the space just for work. And I think that I did remote work 13 years ago, and I remember sleeping with a BlackBerry under my pillow. And I felt like I had offices everywhere, in my bedroom, on the desk, and everywhere, and that really broke me. And I now know, I really fully appreciate the designated space. This is just for work. Even if it's closet, I've seen people do creative things with closets.
Yeah, even if you don't have much space, just making sure like the kitchen table isn't where you eat, work, everything.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay, that's good. And then sticking to routine.
So this is very good for us as human beings, because we thrive on routines and we like to know what to expect and what that looks like. So if I know that I can sit at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and I'm going to work things out, I'm not going to just, allow my neighbor to come in and, if she wants to chit chat, or not going to feel like I'm going to do a set of laundry or clean the dishes. I think if we have those routines, we know what we're doing when we're doing, it brings such simplicity and order to our mind, and it makes us very present with the thing that we're doing at the time.
Okay, and then part of that too is boundaries. We talk about that a lot, and you've taught us about time blocking and things like that, but you really got to stick to that when you're working from home.
I think it's so important. So one of the things that I'm hearing right now from a lot of my clients or a lot of my girlfriends is that they don't know when to stop. So they might be, a parent will come over, or someone, a neighbor uninvited will come over. That means that they're extending their work day into a longer period of time. So just because you're home, it doesn't mean that it's a free-for-all. I'm working. I'm not available to talk at these times. These are the very clear boundaries. Boundaries also with our employers, that after hours, I'm with my family, and that should be respected and nurtured. So if you know that, if you're clear about your boundaries, I think we're going to be a little bit more present, not all over the place. And I do believe that it makes us feel a little bit more in control.
Okay, well, when we're home, how do we minimize distractions?
This is wonderful. I sometimes work from home, and there's been so many incidents where, okay, I'm just going to do a load of laundry, and I'm just going to like run over and do some errands, or the phone is ringing. I think that having, for example, phone on Do Not Disturb has been very important for me. I use a particular computer for work that does not allow me to, to access some of the entertainment, and not, informing the neighbors, the children, the spouses who are also working in there, that this is the time where I need to be productive and really get work done. So removing those distractions, everyone knows what they are. It might be a barking dog or someone that we're taking care of. If you know beforehand and you set those boundaries, then you know what to expect.
Okay, and then what I think may be the most important point that I know of is fostering social connections. Because let's be honest, when you've been home all day, you've been in your yoga pants, pajamas, whatever, it's easy sometimes to be like, oh, I'm not really want to go out to dinner with friends. I don't want to go to a movie. I don't want to go for a walk. I'm just going to kind of just go right into TV bed mode. But you say really keeping those social connections.
Yes, research is so conclusive. And that is the beginning of all of the issues that we might be experiencing and having. Social relationships matter. In fact, we've talked about the happiness study. It is the #1 variable throughout the last century that we know of that influences our happiness and our feeling of well-being. And studies also show that there's something about doing these in person. Yes, we can have a virtual coffee, so schedule those if that's all you have, but there's something so magical about being in the energy, in the space of others. We feel like we're not that alone, and loneliness is such an epidemic. And I think that we really have to force ourselves to go out there. Even for some of us who call ourselves loners and introverts, it is important to interact, and it just makes our life so much more beautiful and fulfilling.
It's true, and we're glad you interact with us and everybody at home every week. Thank you, Jasna.
Such a pleasure.